What a goal! Curls across towards
Good evening, Harry. How you doing?
Not bad, how you doing?
Not bad. Oh, let me just turn my Discord server off. I've that buzzing in my ear. So, 2 days to go before one of the biggest games in recent history. And play off a second leg semi-final against Chelsea at a sold-out Meadow Lane. What more could you ask for? And with a 1-0 lead as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the atmosphere on Sunday, the Chesterfield fans, I didn't really think it. You could hear more of the Notts fans than the Chesterfield fans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Easy, Mr. Shaw.
To be honest, you couldn't really hear them watching the first half. I thought in the second half they're a bit better, but obviously that was because they had more chances than we did. But apart from that, you didn't really hear them. I thought Notts fans were just great throughout the whole game.
Morning, Eve did it, JJ Aviation.
Morning.
Morning, yeah. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. But you know what? That was a well-executed plan from Patterson. I mean, I don't know what Sarah's doing at the minute. It's gone Dalek. Is it morning already? Yeah. Are you there, Harry? Hello, Rachel.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So it was a really good executed plan defensively. Hit them on the break, score.
I know, Rachel.
So, what do you reckon Friday night then? A big crowd?
You know what? I wouldn't mind doing the exact same thing how we did at their place. Get a 1-0 lead and just defend. Because obviously, if it works at their place, it should really work better with more people. Yeah, more people around the team supporting them. And I hope it's a great atmosphere.
My main fear is we have a good home advantage. I feel not so black. I've got that sort of feeling in an aspect. It's like,
wow, Mr. Shaw.
Wow, Mr. Shaw, we're going to ban you. We're going to mute your comments in a minute, right? We're not having none of that negativity, right?
No,
at all.
No.
It's like
this is a positive live.
Positives. All I think we've got to do is we've got to make Meadow Lane hostile. So as soon as the Chesterfield players on the ball, we've got to boo, whistle, whatever. We've got to, you know what I mean? You've got to create an hostile environment.
And just pretend.
See what we do.
Just pretend all those 10 players, outfield players, are Dan Crawley.
Yeah, we did it for Dan Crowley. We did it then. So we need to create a positive atmosphere when our players are on the ball, and if the Chesterfield players are on the ball, we create an environment they're not going to like playing in. But that's got to come from all four stands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the atmosphere is going to be
even a shell stand. We're playing fans in there. I wonder how that's going to be. Them obviously Chesterfield fans are in as well.
I mean, it's going to be the biggest attendance for some time.
Yeah.
At Meadow Lane. And this is what the thing is. This is shows the brothers, the club, is if the team's performing well, why can't we get 15,000 every week? But the owners and the people in charge of the team and all that sort of stuff have got to show the same ambition with the transfers as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree, 17,000, make it intimidating. Yeah, make it intimidating like other grounds you go to, and it's a really intimidating atmosphere. Make their players nervous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't make it a comfort zone for them.
No. Make it nervous. Make it nerve-wracking. I mean, the only downside, I think, to the game is the referee. But if we play... I forgot his name, innit?
Thomas Parson.
Yeah, Thomas Parson. What don't give me the confidence is though, in League 2, 9 games, 34 yellow cards and 3 reds. So he's got like a 33% red card rate in his games.
Yeah.
Had, what is it, 100? He's got 30 appearances. Had his yellow card counts just
looks like
crazy. Looks like Tangent. Yeah, you don't show me any sort of confidence. Team, this was a team on Saturday, on Sunday. I say Belshaw, McDonald, Badu, Norburn, Jones, Ness, Iapenda, Luca, Robinson, Cerula, and Jata. I think that'll be the starting lineup again.
Yeah.
I can't see him changing it, but I would go back to my starting lineup last week. I would add Unlove on there.
But that means having Dennis on the bench. But we don't even know where Dennis is because he went on the bench. He was nowhere to be seen on Sunday, was he?
No, nor was Bex Rain either. But I think he gives you that bit of extra physicality up top.
Yeah.
It should obvious. It gives you that bit of extra physicality up top. Agree, don't change it, otherwise it's But I do think Unlove brings you something different. He can hold the ball up, different to what he's a different player to Jata.
Yeah,
but if you're playing with Jata, that can be a good combination as well.
Yeah.
But I can't see this as a game where we can sit back and defend and try and sit on a 1-0 lead from the first leg.
No. I mean,
I think
all the thing is about Dubber. Might play, might be not.
Yeah, but should it matter whether a player plays or not? Did you know?
Not really.
No. It should be about you do your business in front of goal and in front of your own goal by defending. The other opposition shouldn't really come into it. They're going to get chances. They're going to put pressure on.
Yeah. We just have to do what we did in the second half.
You're asking for trouble. Exactly. And you got a referee, you weren't frightened of pulling a yellow card out as well. So don't do anything silly. Like you could think about on Sunday, a Cerula just after getting balked. After that, when he pulls their player down to the ground.
He was a lucky boy.
You know what I mean? He could have got sent off for that. And I thought once Cerula got balked, I thought, because he was looking a bit ropey before that anyway. And you thought, well, Patterson's going to change him, but he didn't. He left him on.
I thought Jody was like that as well, though, wasn't he? Even before he got that yellow card, he went into some tackle with a bit of, I would say, probably more passion and anger, but he weren't getting his right way, and then did get a yellow card eventually. But then after that, I would have thought, take him off, because worst case scenario, he gets a red card and down to 10 men. So,
yeah.
But no,
I mean, the thing of the referee on all of all, I thought he had a really decent game. The penalty, no question, and it was a penalty. But Luca's booking, it's sort of like thingy, there was hardly anything in that to give him a booking.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Iapenda, or it could have been Luca, running through the middle, gets pulled back, he plays advantage, and then Jones is offside in an offside position. So he didn't pull it back to the original thing, and nor did he book the player.
No, he didn't. No,
for pulling back. So that's where the inconsistencies in refereeing comes along. You think, well, if one player gets a card for pulling back and another one don't, that's the inconsistency. That's.
I thought the lino on our side weren't the best, to be honest.
But then you say you look at the Grimsby Salford game earlier, the earlier kickoff. You ask any Grimsby fan, they'll be saying, well, the linesman they had, one of them, he was shocking because the second Salford goal should have never stood. You know what I mean?
No, it shouldn't. No, absolutely not.
So, I mean, you see it when, I sit in the Pavis, so you're usually in line with most of the time, they're so far behind play anyway, and then they're giving a decision based, I don't know, based on what they think. But you
whatever.
could clearly see the amount of times in the season that I've seen Jetta or Unlove onside, or even that one where Iapenda was given offside. You think, hold on, he's there. How can he be offside from there?
Yeah, when miners give offside, but even though when the players are in their own off, but you're so far behind play, then you can't really see it, can you? So
What about Southampton, Stonewall Pen? The referee was right in front. You get it. This is a thing with VAR. You got like, you see it in the West Ham Arsenal game. You see it at the Leeds game the other night. It's weird. Referees don't really want to make decisions no more. Artel says that when he spoke to the referee at half time about that, he goes, "Oh well, that's one for VAR." And do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's that. I think some of them, like, if they've come down a few levels or the use figure, they're expecting somebody else to make that decision for them. And in the lower leagues, you haven't got the video backup. There isn't a referee there to make. After VAR, it'll be all about ARS. Yeah, AI refs. But the thing is, you could have automated offsides in League Two. You can have goal line technology in League Two. Be there, Harry, or you disappeared. So you can have them things in League Two because it's just done on a GPS thing with trackers and with a tracking the ball,
yeah,
a sensor in the ball. So that is possible. Goal line technology, we still ain't got that. I think it's supposed to be in the playoffs, isn't it? Goal line technology, they're supposed to have it in the playoffs. Whether they do or not is another matter.
yeah,
And don't forget, this is just before the playoffs, playoff final, if Notts there or not. Not saying we are yet. So the Saturday the 23rd, Baseford United, the Notts County fans charity match, £2 entry, 1 p.m. kickoff, and that's at Baseford United. That should be a good afternoon, and all proceeds donated to the Alzheimer's Society. So if you can get along and support, that's the Notts County fans charity match on Saturday the 23rd of May. I should be going to that and support it. I don't. You know some people who are playing in that, don't you, Aaron?
yeah, I do. Yeah, there are a couple of people that are playing it, so should be a good laugh in it.
Yeah, it should be a good laugh. Also, I've seen this. This is about a few days old. Charlie Gill's been released. Because this was posted on the free agent showcase. But obviously, I don't think anything from the club's been posted.
No.
So when I see that was a bit thingy.
So whether it's true or not.
But all in all, I think if we go at Chesterfield, not cautiously go. We've got to play our own game. And
we do,
if
yeah.
we've got to go for it in the first half and then try and build on that lead. Before half time, try and get as many goals. You want to be outside by half time in an ideal world. You want to be 2-0 up, 3-0 up, and then that gives you the cushion in the second half. But if we sit back, I can honestly say that it's going to be a nerve-wracking evening. Really nerve-wracking. And Gary's having technical problems, internet issues at the minute. Here's that, add that, there. But that's the starting lineup. I would probably start. So I'd go Bolshaw in goal, then Ness, McDonald, Badu, Joes, Robinson, Iapenda, Cerula, Luca, and Love Jata. Let's add in Bekir. Just waiting to see if he connects. But that's the thing, it's all sold out. I think Pato has been offered the job in principle at Barnsley. And Barnsley got one of their old managers back. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere where they'd got one of their old managers back. He was there, he was at Barnsley before. Is he Germany? No, from Germany or something? I did see something about him. Welcome back, Harry.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
No worries. And Barnsley, like, agreed. Have they got a new manager now, or they're in talks, or they agreed something with like one of their former managers? Because I did see a Barnsley fan saying, a quite well-known Barnsley fan saying about the person. They had success before.
Mm.
Plus, he shaved his beard. I was at Barnsley without a beard. He shaved his beard and he was at Barnsley without a beard. I've always he looked strange without his, like, cleanly shaven. He looked different.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. He looked way different without a beard. I was like, whoa. But then it was his birthday, but not his birthday. Because his birthday is today, isn't it?
Yeah.
His birthday is today.
Oh, yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 13th, isn't it? On Wikipedia it says the 10th or so, but his birthday is actually today. It looks definitely different. He does look. But then, like, you look at Tomai Pender. Tomai Pender, look, because I was on a TikTok watch-along thing with some other Notts fans on Sunday. And what Zoe says, oh, she can't get used to Tomai Pender with his ear how it is now. And he does look a totally different player.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks a lot different.
I mean,
I didn't even recognise him the first time he had it. I thought we signed a new player.
I mean, the only figure about it could backfire. It's a Friday night. You know what I mean? And Notts could shoot themselves in the foot.
We don't want to repeat Salford.
Yeah. And it's one of them where I just think they've got to go out. It's 0-0. Think it's 0-0. Win the game.
Yeah.
And go from there. And none of us can, like, change what's going to happen on, like, by talking about it. Whatever happens on the pitch happens. No. So whoever's the better team on the night will eventually go through.
It's the better team. Yeah.
But I just know, after watching some of the videos from, like, Sunday on, like, YouTube and other platforms, is that there isn't no trouble. Do you know what I mean?
No. I mean, we can all say that we hope there's no trouble, but you guarantee there's going to be some trouble.
That saying let's enjoy it is negative to me. I think you've got to say to the players, what did he say on the club interview? He says he wished most of the players on the pitch looked miserable. He'd wish they'd be on the pitch smiling or something like that.
Yeah, smiling, yeah. And enjoy it. Absolutely.
He's conceded the game. I don't know. I think sometimes it's in these interviews and stuff, what managers do and players do. It's all a little bit of a mind game. Like,
yes,
Paul Cook coming out, oh, well, Dobra's gone to the hospital. Dobra's, like, it's a bad injury and all this and that. But you don't know. You don't know because it's like...
next thing you know, you could be playing on sort of Friday with the captain's armband or whatever.
Yeah. But I do think he is correct that some of the players do need to be a bit more smiley on the pitch and look a bit happier on the pitch.
Yeah.
And that, I think we've got to keep all 11 players on the pitch.
Yeah.
Was about to say it's all tactical mind games, yeah. But it is.
It is football. Like, it is.
It's like, at least we're not playing Salford. Could you imagine?
Oh, no, I know.
Could you imagine having, like, having to only 500 tickets are sold are for the fans who go home and away, and they haven't got a point system like Notts have.
No.
They don't operate a point system. So basically, whatever tickets went on sale, you could buy as many as whoever was in the queue on the internet or whatever got there first. They could buy as many tickets as they wanted. At least we've got a bit of a fairer system where it's on a point system. But over time,
or a point system either, do they?
yeah, but over time, then that becomes fair. Say, like, I don't know, you're a child and your mum and dad take you to home games but don't take you to away games, and then you get to 16, 17, 18, you want to go away, but you got 0 points.
Yeah.
Now, if you continue and not do it, is where it's points, you're picking up points every season, then by time some supporters get to an age where they'll go to away games on their own, but they won't be able to because there'll be that many points behind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the longer, say you're 20, as you're picking up 23 away points every year, right? And you're still going away when you're 60. Imagine how many points you're going to have for an away game. Or you go in at 40, you say you've got 20 years of 23 points, right? From every away game. And say there's a couple of cup matches in there as well. So you've got all them points. And this is where our system sort of like falls down a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they would need to redefine it eventually into a way which is a bit, whether it's like, every two seasons, the second season falls off and you like renewing points, you know what I mean? Or you could have this like massive gulf between like the people who want to start going to their first away game and everything else, and they can't because the point, it's like so far gone. So like a year resets every 2 years, or if you don't go to an away game in, I don't know, 2 years, then your points reset. There's got to be some change.
It's also
to the system.
It's also like other clubs where they do, like say example, most we know Bradford fans, don't they? They get multi-points for going away and at home.
Yeah, you get like 20 points.
20 points, home and away. Or I'm not sure if it is the same as away, but they get 20 points for being at home. We only get 1 for going away. So
yeah. So they get, but they have to scan in. Like it's not like your season ticket, and you're going to get a point for a bit. You're going to get all them points. Or
no, you have to scan in.
You actually scan in to the home game, and they get 20 loyalty points. So, but our system is how it's set up at the minute is a point every season. The points are going to get higher, and I was trying to make out. Say you go 10 years, you're on 2,300 minimum points.
Yeah.
Then if somebody's like always been to their game with their parents, and they're at an age where they want to go away on the road, 19, 20 or whatever it is, and they want to go away, are they gonna? They haven't got a chance because they're so far behind in them points. You're at 1,200, and say it's a ground where it's like 1,000 tickets.
Yeah,
and then say it's 2,300. The first batch of sales, and say like it's 2,000 the next, then 1,500, then 1,500. It's never going to get down to 0.
No, it's never.
Do you know what I mean? So, a Chesterfield Friday night, what do you think the score will be? And goal scorers.
Say 2-1 Notts.
2-1 Notts. And goal scorers then.
I think Nuka will get a goal again because he's picking up 4 in these, so I think he'll get like another one. If not, an assist. And I think Jack will get one.
Right, don't shoot me. Right. But
Don't worry, this ain't America.
Right, 3-1. But Chesterfield score first.
You can't do this to me. You can't do that to me.
Listen. Chesterfield score first, right? Chesterfield score first. They have the better of the first half. Not so kicking towards a cop in the second half, right?
Oh, yeah. I do that.
Jatagol, right?
Yeah.
Iapenda and Jones. They are my 3 scorers. I think Chesterfield lead at half time.
Yeah.
And then the second half, we tear them apart.
Yeah, but do you think if Chesterfield had that chance to switch us round, do you think they'll switch us round?
No. I don't. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think they like kicking towards their fans in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously they must know that we don't do well when teams switch us out, surely.
We do better than we used to.
Well, yeah.
We've done better since we've been in the Football League, kicking towards a cop in the first half than we used to do years back.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't matter which goal you're kicking towards.
It should be the same. Just take your chances.
If Chesterfield are kicking up towards you in the second half, the cops, it's jump out.
Well, I hope they're not
as
shooting
much noise as you want.
I hope they're not shooting directly at me, because that'll hurt.
Well, it's a poor shot if they're shooting directly at you.
Well, yeah.
High up in the top of the cop, but I just think it's going to be nerve wracking. I don't want Chesterfield to score. Put it that way. But I
No.
I do think can our players are our players going to be able to deal with the atmosphere?
Yeah, that could be a good thing. Yeah,
because it's okay having 17,000 fans in there, over 15,000 Notts County fans. But if they're on your back, that's not a very good environment.
No,
well. If the fans are on your back, if the first half ain't going to plan, or a player's a bit nerve-wracking, because it may be nervy at first.
I
thought Nest on Sunday started pretty nerve-wracking.
A bit nerve-wracking, yeah.
And he got better as the half went on. But same lot of players. Chesterfield, there's Paul Cook's interview. Paul Cook will be saying to his players in the dressing room before the finger, there's 17,000 people out there. There's, say, 1,800 from Chesterfield. Which side of that 17,000 do you want to make the happiest?
Yeah,
you know,
because
managers use that as a motivation as well.
I saw a comment earlier saying, when we saw 17,000, someone put only 1,800 is going to be happy.
Yeah. Notts can't afford to be. We can't afford to be nervous. This is like the players. There's 2 games away from Wembley. If you think of it, 90 minutes away from Wembley, either set of players.
Yeah.
And you can't have an off day.
No.
But as for context, Chesterfield looked like we did last year at Wimbledon at home.
They did, yes. Yeah, they did.
If you look at it, they only beat us 1-0. I know Jack got sent off later off in that game, but we had chances. Like you think, if you look back, we had chances in that game to score. Chesterfield had chances.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Otherwise, it signals distress to the opposition. Yeah, and it's all that performance. And Paul Cook's got that bogey on his back where he's never won in a playoff campaign.
Yeah.
So you've got that. But it's a local derby as well. So both sets of fans are up for it. The team are going to be up for it. Both
has
teams.
To be up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've got to give 110% all game. One mistake or a slip of the finger, you 1-1. It's level. Another slip, you 2-1 down.
2-1 down, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, you could be still at Meadow Lane at 10:30. Friday night.
What? or 11 o'clock if it goes to penalties.
Yeah, you could be in Meadow Lane till nearly 11 o'clock, depending
I mean, I
on what
hope
happens.
not.
But I like Notts when they're playing to win. I don't like Notts when we like that second half on Sunday was heart wrenching. It was blood boiling. Well, not blood boiling, but blood. It was virtually. You could have given somebody a stroke watching that second half.
And the one thing I quite frankly like Notts doing, even though I hate other teams doing it, or I hate that thing in general. James Belcher went down, or to what 66th or whenever it was minute. But Belcher went down. Possibly with injury, possibly not, but just a waste time. I enjoyed that very much. You see other teams doing that against us, but now we're trying to finally figure out that we can use it as well. So I think that was great to see. But then obviously other fans aren't going to be too happy about it, aren't they? But I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, Notts needs an early goal to put it to bed. They do, but also if we go for it too much too early, we'll leave ourselves open, and we're prone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where we're prone, where I see we're prone to be an open door. I think every Notts fan will know. But so you got to go forward with intent, but a little bit of caution because you don't want to get it.
No, on
the break too much, or you don't want players in a position where they get it, and you're giving the referee a decision to make, because Paul Cook of the Chesterfield team will try and get one of your defenders sent off early in that game. They'll try to get Norburn sent off. They'll try and get somebody sent off to gain themselves an advantage.
I know we went down to 10 men last time, but we fought. We got 2 goals. We fought with 10 men. So maybe if we went, obviously I know we're going to be with 11, but use that same thing what you did with 10 men to have 11 because you have an extra player. So if we play like that with 10 men, then surely we could play that with 11 men because we have an extra player on the pitch.
Yeah. And I think technically Patterson got it right on Sunday. But then he's got to get it right again on Friday night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then Paul Cook could be looking at what he can do differently. What can he change to make his side better in that aspect?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, nerve-wracking. I'll have no nails left. Probably like bordering, like the anxiety and everything else.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
There's probably going to be last-minute saves, last-minute chances. There's going to be
penalty decisions not going.
I mean, you're all right if Canty. You're all right if Canty are going up towards the cop because you're going to see that. I get to see like, what if Chesterfield are kicking towards the 8 degrees stand in the second half?
Yeah.
My ear's going to be like thinning out even thinner than it is now. It'll be received. I'll have no ear left by the 95th minute.
I mean, I'm going to get that in the first half, though. Chesterfield shoot it my way.
JG because they're saying
going to get it better either way.
On in the second half. No, but it is. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be stressful.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But we need a really good atmosphere. I think we've just got to sing. We've got to cheer. Whatever we've got to do. We've got to be loud and proud.
But then you could also say the atmosphere before the game needs to be good. Because if it ain't, does that put a thing? What's it going to be like in the ground?
See, this is another interesting thing. Grimsby did that march to the ground on Sunday. And then the fans said the atmosphere weren't that good in the ground.
Yeah.
So there's they had that massive walk and they said it was amazing. But did that affect the atmosphere in the ground? Because I don't think the atmosphere at Sunday at Blundell Park was that good. Not compared to other atmospheres. No. Not like when they played at Swindon and showing them whacked them for 4. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was a cracking atmosphere. Against Salford, it was below par.
It was, yeah.
And like, I think the cop's got to be on it, but there's the part the Cyril's got to be on it. The Pavis has definitely got to be on it, and then
The family son has to be on it.
look at Mr. C. What do you guys think of Worcester sauce flavored crisp? Ain't got an opinion.
What, Cliffs?
Worcester sauce. I think did Walker's do some? Yeah, I think Walker's did a flavour.
Never tried them.
A bit of Liam Perez, but other Worcester sauces are available, and just like that.
Other crisps are available as well.
Oh, that's on your side, Ara.
Oh, is that on my side?
Yeah, that comment's on your side, not mine. So, I don't know. But yeah, 3-1. I say 3-1.
Yeah, I go 2-1.
But I also
it'll be tight. It'll be tight.
I also think Chesterfield might have a player sent off.
That'd be the dream. But then it's harder to play against 10 though, isn't it? So,
well, it can be. It can be more difficult to play against 10. It depends how you use the ball.
Yeah.
Depending when they go down to 10 men, it's how you work that team. Usually, a good team playing against 10 men will have them running around after the ball.
Well, I think throughout Friday, my nerves are going to be through the roof.
A JV should goes 1-0 Notts. That's gonna be so nerve wracking.
Oh my days!
It'll be so nerve wracking. It's one of them 1-0, and then you think if they get one back, it's like not.
Yeah. You have to go score again. I do like the new Jaden Luca chant though. I do like the new Jaden Luca chant.
Yeah. Are you going to let us into it then?
Oh, do I have to?
All right, then don't then. It's all right. We'll find out. It's like I'd sooner we go and score loads of goals. Personally, going at 3 in the first half. Then you say like you're 4-0 up. Hit 3. You think you could fall apart at being 4-0 up in a tie. Leading.
But you got that advantage. You got that thingy. So
I did see an interesting game. Well, a bit of it. I caught it. There was a playoff semi-final that ended up 5-5.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, please. I couldn't handle it.
Mr. Shaw says, "I'm a lucky child when I come. You are, Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw is like every time he's been to a Notts County game, they've won. They haven't lost.
I mean, he's only been to 2 though, hasn't he? But still undefeated.
Yeah, but that's an unbeaten record, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's an unbeaten.
It's better than mine and yours.
Yeah, well, I've probably got more defeats on mine than than you, Harry, or Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw hasn't seen.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I'll probably have more wins than you. But obviously, it don't matter, does it? It all comes down to Friday night.
Warren, I don't really think that you can beat Notts. I just don't.
Is it Chesterfield fan I'm guessing?
Yeah, a Chesterfield fan. But good luck.
Well, I'm not going to say good luck, but may the best team win.
5-5 would go to Pens. Yeah, but 5-5, it couldn't go to Pens. The game that I watched earlier. I think that's on yours as well, Aaron, that comment.
I put in anything like the Forest Yeovil game.
The Forest Yeovil game. I was at that game. I did say that. Everyone knows. My father-in-law was a Forest fan. And when they got to the playoffs, he says, "Will you come with me?" So we sat in the Ratcliffe end behind the goal. I was the only one walking out that ground. He parked in the car park.
Yeah. I bet you was the only one happy, weren't you?
Behind the Brian Clough stand. And I was laughing as out. Because all these Forest fans all like moaning because they lost against Yeovil, threw that lead away. It was a buzzing night.
They even went down to 10 men, though, didn't they?
Yeah. Pato could start Dennis rather than Jata.
No.
But what does Dennis give you? What does Dennis give you?
Laziness.
What does give you? What does Dennis give you at this part of the season? If you think at the beginning part of the season, when Dennis was on fire,
absolutely starting, but he's not been good. He's not been on form ever since, has he?
Is that form or is that a mentality?
Yeah.
Can he actually? Is it a mentality thing? Is it a belief thing? Does he believe in himself? Do you know what I mean? Is it?
I mean, I wouldn't mind a
scream,
man. I wouldn't mind a scream, man. That's why I do.
Because Jata bottled some chances, he passed rather than shooting. I don't know. Sometimes it can.
It was like that Accrington fourth. Like Accrington goal that we scored, the fourth, where Jata could have shot, but he just decided to pass it to. I believe it was Tyrese Hall.
But that can be a confidence thing, though.
Yeah.
Because if you're a striker and you miss, right, and you miss, so you have 2 shots and it's like poor shots. Sometimes it's like subconsciously you're looking for somebody to pass the ball, so you don't get any level of criticism at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather, it's that thing. Has Dennis been the same since he stole the ball off Jody?
No, I don't think so.
For the penalty, because I think Dennis's form is sort of like a dip. But then was it the best before that anyway?
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit odd if you've got a system where you're playing 2 up front, either Dennis or Jata or Unlove and Jata, and then you're not, and then you are, you're not, and you are. It's sort of like, it's very difficult. Spain or France, I think, will win the World Cup. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we wish it was England, but you know what happens with England in major tournaments.
Probably it's a case of Dennis still talking about a penalty fiasco. But then if you think about it, before that, on Love coming, if you're a striker and you bring another striker comes in, and then when Jata was out when he suspended, Unlove gets on the pitch. Unlove, he was injured. Unlove's the one who starts, not Dennis.
Even though Dennis has been there longer.
Yeah, even though Dennis has been there longer.
You would say.
Like you've gone down the pecking order.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that thing is like, 1 minute your flavour of the month. It's like when Dennis was there when Jack was suspended.
Yeah.
Scoring goals and everything else at the beginning of the season. Jack came back virtually back into the squad straight away. Dennis got dropped to the bench for a lot of games.
Yeah.
And then as a player, you're thinking, well, does this manager really rate me?
Yeah.
If I'm the last option, is he rating me? This is my opinion, of course. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, this is the mental side of football. If you're not getting picked or you're only getting picked occasionally, you're on the bench, not on the bench. And then you're expected out to go and do a job. Actually, Jata start with Jata. Do you know what I mean? So it's them sort of things. It's like when any Jata's come back from suspension and gone straight back into the starting lineup. Other players haven't. When he came back from his suspension, he didn't go back into
straight away
the starting lineup. So obviously the pecking order, and maybe Dennis is feeling, where am I in this pecking order? Where is my chance coming from? Because at the game before the Bristol, which game was it where it was both on the bench and he didn't bring any of them on?
been a couple of times.
I
Couldn't
don't
have
think
been
it was far
Bristol
on it.
because he came on. I can't remember, to be honest.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
And it's that aspect of, like, where does a player think he is? I mean, you've got Bexray as well. Where's he in the pecking order?
Because I can't remember the last time he played a game.
He's just a passer backwards to the sideboard. I can't see him playing. Playing.
You know what? I think we played better without Palmer, to be honest with you. I think we played better without him.
We got Norburn and Scott Robinson in that middle. You've got two tacklers, really good tacklers in that middle of that field.
Yeah, we do.
They're going to put the foot in. I mean, Ollie, he's had some cracking assists. He's put some cracking balls in, which have led to passes, which have led to goals this season.
That one at Fleetwood where he kicked the ball over the top.
I thought Notts fans were really good at the weekend. I thought the atmosphere from Notts fans was brilliant. Chesterfield, questionable.
You know what? I loved it because at full time, you know what song they played? Seven Nation Army.
Harriet on the head. We play back without him. We do.
They play Seven Nation Army, and obviously, you know what Notts fans saying? We're Black and White Army at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe that's mind games, though. That could be a mind game thing.
What would you say, like, Palmer is? He's not one who's going to put a load of tackles in. He's not going to...
No, he's like...
He's like a vanity player.
Yeah.
He's like one of them, like, he'll, like, try and do something, cut everything else, but the nitty-gritty you can't get into.
And that's also the case where he's saying... Because he's been injured for the last couple of seasons in a row. Does that have an effect on him?
But should it have an effect? So you're a builder, you get injured at work. Say you drop some bricks on you, you get injured, whatever. But then if you either go to work and not fear it, or you go to work and the thing is, so your quality of your work drops. He's too careful, yeah. But you could argue then, like, that's the same with Jody. You could say the same thing about Jody.
Yeah, he is.
But Jody, when he came back, Salford last season, when he came back from injury, he's running up the touchline to the side of their Pavis. There's two Salford players go near him. He slows down, he backs out.
And he turns back. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've got that fear, can you do your job? Yeah, should you be playing? Yeah. Or can you do your job to your best of your ability if you want to, like, move out?
Succeed. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you're either all in or you're out, aren't you?
Or you're all out. Yeah.
Palmer's not the same since his injury. Which injury? I'm saying he's not been the same since he came back last season.
But then you can also say, has Jody really been the same since he came back?
No, but he's getting there.
He's getting there.
But
how long is it until? How long is it until he gets another injury?
Who knows? How long's a piece of string? What's winning lottery numbers? No one knows. Right. So it's more of a, say with Palmer, or say not even with Palmer, because it's not about tackling most of the time with Palmer.
No.
Right. So with Jody, or even with Palmer, say if he was going to become this massive tackler, which I don't see is it's a mentality thing. It's having that belief.
It is, yeah.
Palmer was immense in the National League, but League Two is struggling. But the National League is a different level. You could argue the National League is more physical than League Two.
I think you could argue, but then
you could also argue that the refereeing is a lot lower quality in the National League than it is League Two.
I mean, I get why other people say it could be a different league, but then teams that get promoted from the National League do well in League Two in their first season, getting almost playoffs or playoffs. think
But
Oldham, Barnet.
But you
All those
also
teams.
could argue, though, Ara, like a player like Palmer, if he's in a good midfield, he's made to look better than he actually is.
Yeah, that's true.
If the other players around him are leagues above. Just
It's
the
like
point.
goalkeeper. It's like goalkeeper as well. If you got good defence in front of you, a good team in front of you, does that make you as good?
But if you've got if it is a goalkeeper, right? If you've got good midfield and you've got good defence in front of you, you could have less shots at you. So statistically, you could be the worst. You could have Kelleroos in goal, right? But with a good midfield and a good defence, right, he could have some of the best stats out.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
And if you take away that quality, how good is he really?
Because if you've got a weaker midfield and a weaker defence, then your goalkeeper is going to be under more pressure.
Down. Yeah.
Notts need to hunt down another Crowley type for next season. They do.
Yeah.
But I'd say we do need a bit more creativity. You can't just hunt down one like Crowley type. You need a couple.
Yeah.
Because then if one's injured, you're replacing a similar player for a similar player or a bit different. But he gives you the same sort of quality as the one you're replacing. Because our problem is a lot of the time when we're having to replace, it ain't as good as what we've already got.
No, because it was like a lot last season where you could say this season as well, where the team that's starting has probably the best chance of winning the game.
Yeah. But that's about overall squad depth, and you don't know what league we're going to be in next year.
No,
but we'll have a look at this again. My favorite screenshot. So the players out of contract. Hey, let's have a look at this. Obviously, June the 30th, the contracts end. Then you got Tangan.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see a training of him back in training, but he weren't in the squad on Sunday against Chesterfield. Option to buy. Do we buy him?
Yeah.
Matty Platt, his contract runs out 30th of June. Do we extend his contract? Then you've got Cerula, you've got Bennett, you've got Kuya, you've got Ollie, options for another year. I think Maz is an option for another year. Bennett's, I think, on an option for another year as well. Obviously, Tyrese Hall, Tom Iapenda, and Luke are their loans, so they'll go back to the clubs. Rob McDonald. I think Rob McDonald's been the most improved player this season. So if it is League One, or let's say it is League One, do you which one of them do you offer a new contract for? And then if it's still League Two, which ones of them do you offer a new contract for next season? It's one of them. It's things up in it, and is this playoff campaign are sort of going to impact the work on the players that want to get in for next year, not knowing where you're going to be.
Yeah, he is.
McDonald is a very good player. That's why he's got the nickname Concrete Rod, hasn't he?
Concrete Rod. Yeah. Concrete Rod. What a nickname.
That's why he's got that. But who do you offer contracts to, and who don't you offer contracts to? And who has made up the mind they're already going anyway? You know, because some players.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think if we holded on to Dan Crowley all the way until the summer, last June, I think we got promoted last year.
Yeah, but he was free though, wasn't he? He was going to go on a free though, weren't we? So.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but if he was going on a free,
but then if we would have got promoted, we could have extended his contract,
or maybe
we would have got more.
Maybe he wanted to stay, or maybe he would have gone anyway. But don't you think sometimes taking the money ain't the best option for a season outlook?
Because to be fair, his first season at MK Dons, it weren't the best, was it? I believe he got injured during his first season, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd be promoted. We kept him, we would have been up.
You know what? I think if we'd have kept Langstaff in that first season back, we would have got promoted.
Possibly. But that first season, you had the likes of Mansfield, Stockport, and Wrexham. That was a tough league that season. Maybe we got playoffs. Maybe we would have gone up via the playoffs or whatever, but we'll never know. But last season, once we lost Dan Crowley in the January, we had nobody who could play that ball through. You could say Didsey or play a ball through and everything else, but we lacked a lot of the stuff we had earlier in the season.
Yeah, I agree.
So, any final thoughts, Eric? Because this has gone on for like 55 minutes.
I know. I just hope we win because we get that trip to Wembley. I think it's one of the most expensive football games. I believe from the commentators say. And I think we should do it for the crowd because obviously the fans are going to turn up, aren't they? They're going to bring the noise, and let's hope the players can turn up as well because if the players don't, it's going to be it's going to be atmosphere, but for the wrong reason. So
give it 100%. All we ask for, exactly. And remember, if you go into the game, be safe on the way there and on the way back. There's going to be a lot of fans around. It's Friday night as well.
Probably be a lot of trouble. Yeah.
There could be a lot of trouble depending on the result of the game. And I don't like to see it. It reminds me of going back to like earlier years of football, 70s, 80s of football. It's like a football match. Go and enjoy it. Be humble in wins and be respectful in defeats. You know what I mean? You can't, as a fan, there's nothing. You just got to be and stay safe and enjoy the game. I don't drink too much. We'll be back Sunday morning 9:15 for the Sunday morning Notts Talk. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe as well. We'll see you Sunday morning.